What happens when one of music's most outspoken artists sits down for what should be a normal, friendly interview, but instead ends up defending her entire career against accusations she never expected? The tension inside the studio was so intense it felt like the air itself had weight. By the end of it all, chairs were left empty, voices were raised, and the cameras kept rolling on what quickly became one of the most explosive celebrity interviews of the year. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment below, because this story gets more shocking with every minute that passes. The morning began like any other on the popular daytime talk show Today with Jenna and Friends. The studio was alive with its usual early energy as crew members moved around making final checks to lights, microphones, and cameras. Host Jenna Martinez sat behind her familiar curved desk, quietly reviewing her notes one last time before the show went live. Her guest for the day was Teyana Taylor, scheduled for a 20-minute segment to talk about her newest music project. It was supposed to be a simple promotional appearance for the multi-talented singer, dancer, and actress. "We're back with Today with Jenna and Friends," Jenna said brightly as the cameras went live. "And I'm so excited to welcome Grammy-nominated singer, dancer, and actress Teyana Taylor to the show this morning." "Teyana, thank you so much for being here." Teyana settled into the comfortable guest chair across from Jenna and returned the smile with confidence. "Thanks for having me, Jenna. I'm really happy to be here and excited to talk about the new music." "Before we get into your latest project," Jenna said, leaning forward slightly as her tone subtly changed, "I do want to ask you about something that's been making headlines recently. There's been a lot of online discussion about comments you made regarding the current state of R&B music. Some people feel you've been pretty harsh toward other artists in the genre." Teyana's smile faded just a bit, though she kept her composure. "I think there's been some confusion about what I actually said. I'm passionate about R&B. I love it, and I want it to grow and stay strong. If that sounds critical to some people, then maybe the full context isn't being heard." "But you did say," Jenna replied, glancing down at her notes, "and I'm quoting from an interview last month, most of these girls today wouldn't recognize real R&B if it hit them in the face. That sounds pretty harsh." The studio grew noticeably quieter as Teyana shifted in her seat, her posture becoming more guarded. "Context matters, Jenna. That comment came after I was asked about authenticity in modern R&B. I was talking about the industry as a whole, not attacking specific artists." "Well, let's talk about authenticity," Jenna continued, clearly not ready to move on. "Some people would argue that your own approach to R&B has been unconventional. You've mixed in other genres and worked with producers from very different backgrounds. Isn't that exactly what these younger artists are doing now?" Teyana's jaw tightened, and viewers could feel the mood shifting. "There's a difference between evolving a genre and completely losing its roots. When I experiment, I'm still grounded in what makes R&B what it is. I'm not just putting vocals on a trendy beat and calling it R&B." "That's interesting," Jenna said, her voice sharper than usual, "because it makes me wonder if this is really about musical values or if it's about something else. You've been in the industry a long time, and I imagine it can be hard watching newer artists rise so quickly." The question hung in the air. Teyana narrowed her eyes slightly. "What are you trying to say, Jenna?" "I'm wondering," Jenna continued, "if some of your comments come from frustration. Your last album didn't perform as strongly as expected, while some of the artists you seem to be criticizing are dominating the charts." The camera caught the exact moment Teyana's expression changed. Jenna, instead of easing off, leaned into the tension. "I think viewers appreciate honesty. The music world is competitive. It's natural for established artists to feel threatened." "Threatened?" Teyana said sharply. "You think I feel threatened? By who, exactly? I'd really like to know." "Well," Jenna said slowly, flipping a page, "let's talk about Summer Walker. Her album debuted at #1. She's praised for authentic R&B. That same authenticity you say is missing today." At the mention of Summer Walker, Teyana gripped the arms of her chair. "Summer Walker is talented, and I've never said anything bad about her. But if you're trying to pit us against each other for ratings, then that's a problem. I'm not pitting anyone against anyone, Jenna replied lightly. I'm pointing out a contradiction. Artists like Summer, SZA, and newer voices like Coco Jones are being celebrated for bringing real R&B back. So where does that leave your argument? Teyana leaned forward, her voice lower and intense. My argument is that I've been doing this for over a decade without tearing down other women. Something you can't seem to say right now. Jenna's confident mask cracked slightly. I'm asking fair questions. That's what a journalist does. Journalist. Teyana laughed without humor. This feels more like a setup. I came to talk about my music, not defend myself against some jealousy story you're trying to sell. You made those comments publicly, Jenna shot back. That opens the door. I was asked for my opinion about a genre I love, Teyana replied firmly. If you want to twist that into something ugly, that's on you. Let's talk numbers then, Jenna said. Your last album peaked at 14. Summer Walker debuted at number 1. If integrity matters more than success, why don't the numbers show it? That was the breaking point. Are you serious right now? Teyana snapped. You're judging my art by chart positions? I'm asking why it's not connecting the same way, Jenna replied. I sell out tours, Teyana said loudly. I have millions of streams and loyal fans. Radio play and industry support aren't the same thing as real connection. But mainstream success matters, Jenna pushed. Teyana stood up suddenly, her chair rolling back. I'm done. I came here to talk about my work, not be torn down. Teyana, please sit, Jenna said nervously. We live or not, this stopped being an interview a long time ago, Teyana said. The producer gestured wildly from the control room. Jenna ignored it. Walking away won't change reality. The reality, Teyana said, is that you turned this into an attack. You're being overly sensitive, Jenna said, making a fatal mistake. Did you just call me overly sensitive? Teyana asked quietly. You're taking it personally, Jenna replied. You question my integrity, my success, and my motives, Teyana shouted. And now am I the problem? The studio was silent. Jenna tried to recover. Maybe we misunderstood each other. Let's reset. Reset? Teyana said in disbelief. After all that? Let's be professional, Jenna said weakly. You want to talk about professionalism? Teyana stepped closer. Professional is being honest about your intentions. Professional isn't ambushing your guest. The control room tried to cut to commercial. Jenna finally heard it. We're going to break. Perfect, Teyana said. That gives me time to leave. You can't just walk out, Jenna pleaded. Watch me, Teyana replied, grabbing her purse. She walked off as cameras followed, heels echoing through the studio. At the edge of the set, she turned back to the cameras. Her voice was calm, strong, and full of conviction as she made it clear she would not allow her name or career to be reduced to manufactured drama ever again.